What's going on? Wanted to talk about men who are not married. Um, Society looks down on men, especially at a certain age if you're not married. Um, at a certain age, definitely by the time you're a man that's in your late 20s, definitely by the time you're a man that's in your 30s, 40s, if you're not married, people consider you a loser. And most people not going to tell you this to your face, but it's so true. As a man at a certain age, you are supposed to be married. You're supposed to have a ring on your finger. You're supposed to have that wife. But unfortunately, things didn't play out for certain men like that. Um, Sadly, some men are just going to live a life alone until the day they pass on and go to the next dimension. Um, it's really sad when you think about it because you would think that things wouldn't be this way. But I used to think that women were these good-hearted people and that they loved a man for his character and for his heart. But no, women don't care about a man's character or his heart. Some men are going to live a life of solitude until the day they pass on because women have unlimited options when it comes to men. Hypergamy is through the roof, and women are just, they're going for the best of the best. And what I had to understand as a man, if you're not in that top percentile of men, you're totally discarded like trash. Um, Women nowadays, their standards are just up there. If you're not very attractive, if you're not famous, if you're not wealthy, it is completely over for you. And sadly, some men are going to be alone until the day they pass on to the next dimension, including myself, sadly, unless we all get lucky. Uh, People definitely look down on men who are not married by a certain age. If you don't have a wife, if you don't have children, even your parents will feel some kind of way about you. They're not going to tell you this, but they're going to be feeling this deep down. And it's just very unfortunate how life just ended up so bad for some people. Um, I never forget when I was 21 back in 2010, I had a female tell me to my face that I was ugly as F. Uh, Even though she told me that she was playing, I knew deep down that she was not playing because a woman would never be insulting and condescending like that towards a man that she really found attractive. Uh, when you have horrible experiences like that, those type of experiences can scar you for a lifetime. Um, I'm seeing more and more that some men are just gonna be alone, and people definitely look down on men who are not married by a certain age. Uh, I mean, you got dudes in their early 20s who are already married. They got a wife, they got kids, all of that. So you got to think, if you a man, I'm 34. If you a man 34, 35, 36, 40, and you don't have a wife and kids, people definitely look at you as an outcast, you know? So I'm just seeing that it's going to be bad for some dudes. Some dudes are not going to have a family. And as a man, I know for a fact people definitely look down on you at a certain age. If you're a man and you don't have no wife, you don't have any children, people look at you as a complete failure. You know, I always wanted to have a nice home. Me and my wife driving luxury cars. We doing well financially. We taking trips to Cancun, taking trips to Africa, trips to France, taking trips to Fiji, drinking Armand de Brignac Blanc de Noir. But unfortunately, some men are not going to be able to have that kind of lifestyle. Um, it's just really sad for some dudes. It's very unfortunate, and it's sad that it had to be like this. Um, Unfortunately, some dudes are never going to have a family because women just don't find them attractive. And it's funny how people try to say, you know, these, men who are not desired, men who've never been desired, that it's their personality to why they've never been desired. But yet you have dudes out here who are complete convicts, complete reckless, not law abiding citizens at all, bums, reckless type of dudes who live a reckless kind of lifestyle, not responsible at all. But women found them attractive, so they were able to procreate. There are some low life dudes. And I watch documentaries about these types of topics all the time. There are plenty of low life guys who have wives, multiple baby mamas. And you would think in your mind, like, why would a woman feel that this man is qualified to be a father? Well, she found the bum to be attractive. Even though he's a career criminal, convicted felon, she just found him to be attractive. So she felt that he was fit to be a dad. Meanwhile, you have dudes who walk the straight and narrow path, try to be a decent person, don't live a reckless lifestyle at all, but they can't get anything. Life is totally backwards. And it's just sad that you got some dudes who gonna be alone forever, never to have a wife, never to have children. It's really sad when you think about it. Because I know people look down on men who are not married. And as a man, if you're not married by a certain age, people think you a loser. They may not tell you that you're a loser, but they think you're a loser. And it's just sad that this is how it's going to end for certain men. I never thought that people really feel some kind of way about men who are not married by a certain age, but they really do. I see now people do not look favorably upon men who are not wifed up by a certain age. Especially by the time you're a man that's in your late 20s, definitely 30s. You a man and you're not married, you don't have a wife and kids. People look at you as a complete outcast. And it's very embarrassing. Even your parents will be low-key embarrassed of you. They may not tell you to your face, but they are. But that's pretty much been my rant for now. This is just a backwards world that we live in. It's sad how some people are just completely written off all because of what they look like. Looks mean a whole lot to people, I tell you. Some men won't be able to have a family, a wife, all because they just don't look good enough. It's really sad and unfortunate. But what can we do about this? This is the world that we live in. But until next time, I'll be talking with you. Have a good night.